Hi class, hopefully the video makes you all healthy and well. Miss seeing all of you guys, and we're gonna start our first project here making 3D printed rocket parts. I expect this to take a couple of weeks here, so we're gonna do the nose cone first. It's gonna probably take 2 weeks, so I'm putting a due date of April 9th at 3 p.m. on that, and then after that we will make the tail fins. So what this looks like here, I have my tail fin here. You can see it's hollow, and mine has 4 wings on it, and then I also have a nose cone. You see on the nose cone here, there is a cylinder with a little bit of a ridge, a lip on it, so I can wrap the paper around the outside. And then there's some sort of top. This is the portion where you can get creative and do what you like. And I also have a indent in there where there's a hole as well on the inside. So we're gonna your first job is to do the nose cone. That's gonna be due April 9th, and then we'll do the other one on a different date. So this is a pipe that the rocket's going to go on, and if I take my tail fins and slide it onto the pipe, and then I have my nose cone also fits onto the pipe, and then eventually we're going to have paper that wraps around the outside. Hopefully we can come back to school at some point and launch these off. So first off, let's get started here. You're going to see a link somewhere on your Google Classroom where there's a link to Tinkercad, and this is actually linked to you by class period so that I can see your work. Please use this link instead of going to tinkercad.com on your own and joining in a different way. If you join in any other way than the way I ask you to, I can't see your work, and if I can't see your work, I can't print your work. So you're going to click on the link. It should come to a screen that looks like this, where it has your class hour on there. You are going to type in your full first name and then underscore and your last initial. Click on That's Me, and you should be good to go. All right, once you've logged in, you should come to a screen that looks like this. I have a whole bunch of designs from other students on here already. Yours will look blank. You will go ahead and click on the blue icon here that says Create New Design, and it will bring you to another screen with a blank plane. Up in the corner up here, I want you to start by changing the name, and I'm going to change it to Jones, so your name, and then let's type in nose cone. That's how we're going to name it, so I know exactly which one of yours is that I should be printing eventually here. And then when you get a chance at the end here, don't forget to save using the Tinkercad logo. I'm going to hold off on that for now because I am not ready to save yet. So, using this nose cone here, I have a cylinder that goes up by, let's see, what did I have here? It goes up by 12 millimeters. And then on the inside, I also have a hole that goes all the way through that. So I have a 12 millimeter cylinder in height and it's 25 millimeters in diameter. So we're going to go ahead and create that first. Over on the side here, you have your cylinder. I'm going to have you drag that in. Each one of these white boxes, I'll let you change the various lengths and heights and widths. I'm going to click on one in the corner. You see it's 20 by 20. I want that to be 25 by 25. So if I just click on one of the boxes, I can type in 25. And I'm also going to do the same thing for the width. Click on that, make it 25. And then the height, that's this top box. If I click on that, you can see the height there. And I wanted that to be 12 millimeters. Go ahead and do it that way. So you have your first cylinder. We're going to do the same thing and make a hole. So the gray and white stripes represents the hole. And the hole, we're going to make it slightly smaller than our orange cylinder. We're going to make it 22. in width and 22 in length. And the same thing here, we're going to make that 12 in height as well. When I move things, oops, I changed the width. I wanted that 22. When I move things, I can click off of it, and then I can move things around. It moves each box. If I wanted to move a little bit smaller in location so you can be a little bit more accurate, you can change the snap grid here to 0.1 millimeters, and you can do it easier that way. Now, this is easier done on a computer if you would like. On a computer with things highlighted, I can just use the arrow keys to move things around slightly, very small. Or if you don't have a computer, it works fine on the iPad as well. Just don't touch the boxes when you move things. Use your finger to touch one of the sides there and then try to move it in. Okay, so I try to center that the best I can. I'm not sure if that's quite center or not. So the button just below the home button here says fit to view. I click on that and I can go a little bit closer. And then I'm going to view from the top. It looks like I'm pretty center from left to right. Up here it looks a little bit smaller than the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and slightly adjust that using my arrow keys. Once again, you can use your drag feature if you'd like as well. And try to do the best I can. I don't know if it's going to be perfect or not. Alright. Oh, one more thing I don't like as well. See how it has sides here? If you use this arrow key, you can click the arrow key and bring this up here. Sides, it's at 20. If I raise that all the way up, it becomes a better circle than the jagged edges here. I'm going to try to do the same thing for my cylinder shape, the orange one. I'm going to drag the sides all the way up so it becomes more circular. That looks pretty good. Move it just a little bit more. Now, I have my hole highlighted right now. I'm going to use my finger to tap on the other one. If you're using your computer, hold down the shift key and tap on the orange cylinder as well. It says I have two shapes that are highlighted, and then go ahead and group them. And it becomes a cylinder that's open. All right. Now, for the top portion, I'm going to do the same thing here. Remember, I had on my piece here, I have a little lip on the top there, so that's going to be slightly bigger, and I'm going to put that right on top of my other cylinder. Okay, so watch as I do that. Let's make that lip 27 by 27. And then for the height, I am going to make that 3 millimeters. I'm just going to make that a small little lip that's going to go on top. Okay, I also want to make this cylinder nice and round and see how it has a whole bunch of sides to it. I'm going to raise those sides all the way up so it becomes more round and circular. I am going to I think it might be easier if I raise this piece up a little bit and put it on top of the other piece. Then we can flip the pieces by 180 degrees after that's all over so we can get the base of our nose cone. So remember, this piece was 3 millimeters high, 3. All right, so in order to raise the other cylinder, I use this little cone shape on top and I drag it up a little bit, and I can click on the height area and change that to 3. So I know it's exactly 3 on top. And then I'm going to take this cylinder and move it right on top of the other cylinder. All right. Fit that shape. Go towards the top view and kind of look around and see, does that fit so that there's a perfect edge all the way around the circle there. And it doesn't look too bad. I'm just going to adjust it just a tiny bit and try to look all the way around here to see if it looks equal all the way around. Okay, once you think it looks equal all the way around, take both shapes Shift key if you're using the computer. Just tap it if you're using the iPad. Once again, it has two shapes there, so I'm going to group them together. So now if I move that around, they're one shape. Okay. Now I want to take that and I want to turn that all the way around a full 180 degrees. So if I click on these two little arrows, I'll unzoom a little bit. If I click on these two little arrows, it has a little degree marker there. If I type in 180, it's going to flip that completely around. So now that's the base of our nose cone all set and ready to go. Now you need to figure out what kind of top do you want. You can use any shape you want. Right now my nose cone total height is 15. In the end, I want you to make your nose cone height anywhere you want, somewhere between 40 millimeters and 50 millimeters. Mine ended up being, you take a look at mine again. Mine ended up being from bottom to top 45 millimeters tall. Okay, so I already used up 15, so I had 30 millimeters left to go with it. I actually used, in the shape generators there, I clicked on all. And let's see here, I actually went to, let's move my face there. I went to page number 8, I think it was. I went to page 8. I dragged this piece in, and then I went back to the basic shapes, and I dragged a cone in. Once I dragged that cone in, I shortened it up, I flattened it up, and then I put the cone on top of the other piece. So I had that green piece here from here to here, and then that cone on top. You can do it however you want. Just make sure the total shape here, after you're all set and done and grouped all of them, make sure that it's anywhere from 40 millimeters high to 50 millimeters high, and I'll be happy with that. When you're all set and done with your entire piece, okay, so for example here, you want to raise this up. This one's should be 15 high, and I put that on top. And what's 15 plus 10? That's 25. So then I made this one 25 high, and I put that right on top of the green piece. I made sure it all lined up, and then I grouped all this. Okay. When you're all set and done, I want you to go ahead and click on the Tinkercad logo to save it. So your work all gets saved, and then I should be able to see it as long as you logged in correctly. I plan on grading this based off of if you follow directions correctly and your sides are the right size. So it's going to be worth 25 points. You get 2.5 points off for each incorrect measurement, or not centered, or if the pieces are not grouped. All right, so 2.5 points off for each one that you make a mistake on there. All right, so then after all that's all done, I want you to go to your email. I want you to type in my email address, jones.jonathan@wsalem.k12.wi.us. In the subject line, you can just type in, I am done with my nose cone. And then tell me your hour. So for example, you could be 1A-1 would be one of my class periods. All right, so you can tell me your hour, and then tell me also the color that you want to make your nose cone. I have some various colors here for you to choose from. The different colors you can choose from are yellow, red, black, purple, copper, or silver. Those are the ones that I brought home. You choose one of those colors, click send, I'll get the email, and then at that point I will print that off. So April 9th, this is due at 3 p.m. If you have any questions, please feel free to join in on one of my office hours, and I can hopefully help answer your questions. All right, stay safe. Hopefully you're having a good time when you're at home, and hopefully I'll get to see you later.